I'm James Demer, the audio nomad, and today we're going to do a review of the Kiwi Ears Canta. The Canta is a single dynamic driver, 2 planar IEM that costs $90, 89 bucks. You can buy it on Linsoul.com, and it's pretty good. Let's talk about the packaging and the external features of the Canta. Canta comes in a fairly standard Kiwi Ears box. I think one of the things I like about Kiwi Ears is it's clear that while they care about packaging, they don't put a lot of money into packaging. They have put a lot of thought into the packaging, but you're not spending the hard-earned $90 on fancy boxes. So the box has a nice photo of the Canta on the front. You slide the cover off, and there's a little inner box that's got a kind of a nice silvery logo embossed into the box. You pull that off, and then you can see the actual in-ear monitors that are sitting in cups, kind of like little jewels. The faceplates on the Kiwi Ears Canta remind me of Van Halen's guitar, but in sort of a industrial slate gray look. They're slashed. They've got these grooves. They're cool. You know, it's industrial. It's I wouldn't call it pretty. It's a little bit brutalist, but in a fun way. The logo, I'm not sure the logo entirely fits the actual faceplate design. I think maybe the logo is a little whimsical and fun, and the design is a little bit modernist. So from a purely aesthetic standpoint, I'm not sure that's the choice I would have made. But hey, you know what? We're not looking at these when they're in our ears. The shells, I believe, are 3D printed. Kiwi Ears prints most of their shells in-house with a resin-based 3D printer. And like all Kiwi Ears products, these are beautifully made. They're smooth. Everything fits well. The faceplate fits onto the shell well. The size of a shell is, I'd call it small to medium. The nozzles are fairly short. Everything looks good. They're vented both in the front and in the back, so there's no weird crinkly issues when you put these in your ears or anything like that. The nozzles look like they're made out of metal. I think they are. I'm not really sure what kind of metal. Maybe it's an anodized or a painted or powder-coated aluminum with looks like a stainless steel protective cover over the nozzle. The cable is a fairly basic cable. It's nothing to write home about. However, it does have fairly low microphonics. It has a single 3.5 millimeter terminal, which is your standard size. The ear hooks tend to stay in my ears and are comfortable. It's a good cable. It's a good cable. Not a fancy cable, not a pretty cable, but a good cable. Let's talk about the sound. I've been mixing audio for 25 years, and I work on all kinds of TV shows and movies. I've worked on Academy Award-winning films, mixed a movie that Jennifer Lawrence's breakout film that won Sundance. I do a lot of adventure reality shows, Survivor, Bear Grylls. I'm also an avid trail runner, run a lot of multi-distance races, 100-mile races. That's 160K races for you outside of the United States. Multi-day races, 50-mile, 50K, a lot of that stuff. So I have a job coming up that combines both my vocation of audio mixing and my avocation of running. And I'm going to be running the Sydney Australia Marathon for a company called iFit. I'm going to be recording influencer runners who are running the marathon, and we're filming them, and I'm going to be making sure that their audio sounds good. So I have to wear headphones or in-ear monitors while I'm running the 26 miles and mixing 4 audio tracks and making sure that the sends are good to the producer and director, and making sure that the little earwig that both talents are wearing is all good. And I think I'm probably going to use the Canta because, well, I guess we'll just get right into the audio quality or the technical quality of the Canta. The reason that I would use the Canta for something like this job coming up where I'm running a marathon and monitoring audio is they isolate well. They're light. They fit my ears well. They don't tend to slip around. I know they work when my head gets sweaty because I did a long trail run with them. But they also have a very accurate, precise sound to them that's great for dialogue audio. They are what I'd call a bright IEM. They tend to have fairly airy, bright sound, maybe sometimes a little wispy if we're getting critical. But it's good for what I'm doing because I'm listening for all the details, leaf blowers, cheers, sibilants, hand claps, those distant bright noises that are either adding to the ambient sound or detracting from it. And so that's important to me that I have a nice bright set when I'm monitoring dialogue audio, and the Canta is a bright set. They also have a really nice low end reproduction. They handle thumps and tubs and, the things I'll be listening for are, possibly hands on body parts, which will be thumpy, possibly low-end bass rumble from PA systems that are off in the distance. That's a bad thing. That's something that we don't really want to hear. I'm not sure how we're going to avoid that, but those are things that I'm definitely listening for. And most importantly, I'm listening for the quality of dialogue audio, because these two runners are going to be talking to the camera for, it's 26 miles, and I think our pace is scheduled to be around a 10-minute mile. So, it's a long time, maybe 4 hours of running, and they're going to be talking the whole time. So I need to make sure that their vocals sound really, really good. And I think the Kiwi Ears Canta is going to be a really great IEM to wear for precise monitoring of dialogue audio. Now, will I bring another set of IEMs for listening to music when I'm just hanging out and maybe on the airplane and stuff? Yeah, I probably will. I don't think this is my favorite set for that. They're great, they sound good, but they're not as exciting or immersive as some other sets that I listen to. Probably, to be very honest with you, the sets that I'll bring for listening to music when I'm just chilling or I'm on the airplane will be the Audio Divinity V16 and the Audio Prestige Limited, which are both expensive sets, but I own them and I love them. If I were going to bring a less expensive set, maybe something in this, $90 range, I might bring the Kiwi Ears Cadenza. I think the Cadenza is a really awesome set. I think I like the sort of musicality, the funness of it a little bit better. But in a pinch, if I had to listen to the Canta, I absolutely would. I think they're worth trying if you have a chance to get to a Can Jam, or a friend who owns these, or you're just a fan of planar. Some people love the planar sound. If it's something that you like, I'd say it's certainly worth trying a pair. If you don't like them, you can send them back or sell them on Headfi or something like that. I'm going to give these not that I rank things because I'm not really a ranker, but I'm going to say, they're pretty good for $90, and you won't feel cheated or disappointed most likely if you buy these. I think you'll get used to them. You might like them right out of the box a whole lot. You might not. It's hard to say. I like them a decent amount out of the box, and I'm really looking forward to using these a lot for dialogue audio. I'm going to listen to news, podcasts, maybe more spoken word stuff with these because they actually work really well with that sort of thing. I also like them with acoustic music and some female vocals. I think they really make some, I'd say, deeper female register vocals come alive, and with an acoustic guitar and maybe light cymbals, it has a pleasingly wispy, airy sound to them that some of my other IEMs don't have. And maybe that's the planar drivers working. In any case, hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more product reviews and more interviews with people who not only use IEMs, but do interesting things in the audio world. I'm James, the Audio Nomad. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This video is brought to you by Linsoul.com. Linsoul sells IEMs, headphones, amplifiers, digital to analog converters, cables, really just about anything you could want for personal hi-fi or even home hi-fi. Their prices are great, the quality is exceptional, and their customer service is really second to none. Check them out in the link below.